Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to discuss all about how we can create a stopwatch using HTML CSS and also JavaScript. So let's look at the project that we're going to create it. So this is default. When you will click on the start, the seconds are counting. When you will click on the stop, it has been stopped. When you will click on the rest, it's default your project. So I'm going to refresh it one more time. I'm going to click on that and you will get the seconds one by one. When you will click on the stop, rest, right? So I'm going to open my code editor. Inside that I have a basic structure of HTML, style.css and script. So let's get started. Write the code to create a project. So I'm going to write the container. Inside the container I will use the timer. Inside the timer I would use the timer like that, second, third, and then also I'm going to use span tag, assign the 0. After the timer I will use the btns. Inside the btns I will use the button, class is btn, and yeah, type I will use button as well. This will start. The next one is stop, and final one is rest. Right, so this is our basic code of the HTML. So let's move on to CSS. In the CSS you need to reset the properties. So I'm going to use padding 0, margin 0, box sizing color box. Then I need to select my body, use display flags, align it on center, justify it on the center, height 100 VH, and I'm going to use font family is Reader, sans serif, and also I'm going to add the background color hash 647380. First we're going to save it and look at that, everything in the center. Cool. Then I'm going to select the container. In the container I will use max width 550 pixel, width 100%. Then I need to select my timer and I need to assign the width, use display flags, align item center, justify content center. Then I need to assign the background color of the timer white. Assign the padding 1.5 rem to make a space, for the radius to round out the corners. Then I will use the box shadow of 5 pixel, 5 and 10 pixel, that is color 1C 2 at 333, and font size I will use 2 rem. So and open it right now as you can see. Then I need to select my paragraph and a span tag, so get that and use same thing, timer, span tag. So font size I will use 3.5 is best. Color is 1 hash, yeah, that's perfect. Font weight I will use 600, so look at that, right? And then I need to select my span tag because I need to assign a separate color on there. Color hash this one, and I will use width 100 pixel and margin left for 5 rem to make a space with our counters, right? Then I need to select my buttons. So I need to select buttons, use display flags, align item center, justify content center, margin 2 rem to make a space all side, right? Cool. Then I need to select only btn, right? First we're gonna check it. Yeah, I need to check. Use the margin 0 1 rem, padding 0.8 rem, 2.5 rem, outline num, border is num, font family is Poppins, and sensor font size is 1.19, cursor pointer, and yeah, I'll use the background color is white, and border radius, just going to check it here, and use border radius 5 pixel, color ash, dark color, and font weight I will be 600. So look at that, right? Cool. And last thing I'm gonna add it is active. So transform skull 0.90. So yeah, perfect. So let's move on the JS. In the JS, you need to get the value and assign the value inside the variables. Query select all. We need to select all the btn. We need to use btn, right? And the next is timer element, and that is our timer, right? So in a minute. So this is the btn classes, and this is timer, right? I will create a variables over, and that is minute, seconds, and that is our counter, right? And also I will create another variable, select timer, let, and this is HTML. So first of all, we need to add the event. When user will click on the stop or start button, then do something inside our code, or counting the numbers from 0 to 100 or 0 to 1000, whatever the numbers you can include inside there. So let's do this. So I'm going to use advanced. So I need to select the btn's element, use for each loop, pass the parameter and select the parameters, and use add listener, click event. Once user will click on any button, then I need to execute this one code inside this one section, right? Cool. So before executing that, I will check it what happened when user will click on the btn. So I'm going to passing this one parameters in a minute. Click on start. So this is start. Click on the stop, rest. So we have 3 buttons right now. So what I need to do on there, I need to add the logic, how you can use the logic. So let's see, I need to assign the ID on each button, that is start, and that is stop, and that is rest, right? So we're going to use these IDs inside there to add the logic. So let's look at that. If I need to select the btn's dot id triple equal to is start, then come into the if body, I'll say btn's id triple equal to is stop, then come into this one body, otherwise come into the else body. So this will help us start btn, and this will stop btn, and this will for rest btn, right? So let's look at that. Start and get that, and that is by the way, I will use the triple quotation, and that is stop, and that is rest. So first we're going to save it. Let's look at that. Click on the start, right, click on the stop, rest. So we have 3 buttons data inside the if body. In the start body, we need to execute the code to count the numbers, right? So let's do that. So first of all, I need to select the timer and assign a value to, and I will create a function stop watch, like this one. So I need to get the function, and I'm going to create a function stop watch. Function stopwatch parentheses and curly bracket. Inside that I need to pass the parameters if timer means it is true, then come into the f body. In the f body I need to target my counter variable and increment one value. Let's look at that, the counter variable, top of my page. So inside that I need to select if count double equal to 100, come into the f body, and we need to select my seconds variable, and we need to increment one value, and we need to reset my count variable. So you can use this one tactics. This one is seconds equal to 60. Then we need to select the minutes, increment one value, and we need to select the seconds and assign the values 1. Get it? That is minute. So in the minute have 60 seconds, so increment the value in the hour. And yeah, also I need to select the minute and assign the values 0, and in the second I need to assign the values 0. So this is our logic, but I need to also add few more things. So create a variable let hr string, and we need to assign the value on the variables hr minute string. This will minutes, and that is second string. So I need to select seconds, and that is count string. So we need to select the count, right? First we're gonna save it, and you can't see any changes inside there when I click on this top start button. So what I need to do on there, I need to add these data inside our HTML document, right? So I need to select my top of variable is HTML, and I need to use a little template. Inside the little template I need to target this one code and paste on there, right? So in the first one you need to use hr string. In the second one you need to pass the main string. In the third one you need to pass in the string, right? In the last one you need to select your counter string. Last thing, you need to add it inside the timer element.inner HTML and assign it like that. So save it, and let's look at that. What happened? Yeah, it's working, but we need to add 0 on each element. So before using a 0, but I will use the 0. Yeah, after this one I will use if however less than 10, then come into the f body. In the hr string variable I need to use 0. Concatenation is hr string. You can use same thing. So that is minute like that. Less than is 10, then you need to select the min string, and concatenation the same thing like this one, and that is as seconds. So I need to select the seconds, a second string, assign the second strings, and Last thing I need to edit is counter less than 10, counter string, counter the sentence. So yeah, it's working right now. As you can see, I have a 00 on each element, right? But I need to add one by one value after 1 second, means I need to increment one by one value. So what I need to do on there, I need to target my set timeout function. Inside that, I need to pass my parameter is stopwatch function, and 10 means 1 second. Click on that. Yeah, cool. So let's work on the stop. When I click on stop to stop the program, so I need to go on top of my page. On top of my page, you need to target your timer and copy the stop. You need to use the false, means nothing, and this one area. First we're gonna save it, and let's look at that. Stop, 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 stop. Cool. In the reset, you need to select your all of the content and assign the default values. So I'm gonna get it and paste on there, and yeah, I need to select the timer, assign the value is false, and yeah, I need to select this one, same content, and where it is, top of my page. So inside that, I need to select the HTML, assign the values like this one, and then I need to target my timer element.HTML, assign the HTML value. Last thing, you need to call the stopwatch function. That's it for the complete project. So click on that, stop, reset, stop, stop, reset. So that's it for the stopwatch project. So I hope you are understood as well all about it. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.